Morning, everyone. I'm in between client calls right now here at the studio, and I wanted to share a story because I think it's fantastic, and it's kind of what we've been talking about a lot on these client calls. I love dealing with the mental side of our health practices, and I'm getting more and more into that every day, every week. And I try and discuss that at the studio, but I just found that for some reason, chatting over the phone with my distance coaching clients has been really emphasizing the mental side of it. I think because we routines and plans and all that kind of stuff just get thrown out the window with all the chaos right now during COVID-19 days. And it's allowing us to realize that just doing something for ourselves is good. We don't have to do a plan. There's no magic plan. We've talked about that several times in posts and videos and stuff. So I had a client call this morning, and here's how our conversation started. The client started by saying things like, it wasn't a good week, I'm feeling run down, my body feels like shit, I haven't been doing much because of how I've been feeling, I'm not sleeping or exercising well. That's how it started. So in my mind, I'm going, oh my God, what's happening? As we go through our call and as we're chatting and stuff, some things started to pop up. So at the end of the call, I put everything together. And here's what she did do this past week. She did daily walks with her dogs. She does it all the time. She did a walk with another client of mine and a friend of hers on Wednesday, which was a 5.5 kilometer walk. Now, this client, I've done a post about her before. She's dealt with chronic pain for years and years and years. And in the last couple of years, she's made some massive strides forward. And so 5.5 kilometers, even just 3-4 years ago, was not even a thought, let alone half a kilometer. And but she did 5.5 last Wednesday again. She did 3 meditation sessions outside in her backyard, sort of her version of like a focus, breathing, calming down type thing. I love it. I think it's fantastic what she was doing. And then on Saturday, she tells me she moved basically her house around. She rearranged stuff by herself, moving couches and chairs, and I don't even, it scares me to think of everything else. So having said that, she was in some pain Sunday and yesterday, still today, but she's functional today, which I reminded her is a big improvement. So was her week last week according to our plan? No. Was last week a bad week? No. Did she do good things for herself mentally and physically in the past week? Mostly. The only thing she didn't do for herself was give herself credit where credit's due, right? Now, in our conversation, as I started to sort of bring those things up and she started to go, oh yeah, right, okay. In our conversation, she brought up and reminded me that it's been over 2 months since she's had a massage. Now, this client had to have massages weekly, sometimes a couple times a week, in order to help manage pain, in addition to her exercise and health practices. So massage was a staple for her, and it was there, and she hasn't had it now for over a couple months, and she just had a week that she had, that I just mentioned, with no massages in the last couple months. And so when we both chatted about that, it made her go, oh yeah. Again, it was a perfect call, and I enjoyed it so much because it reminds us that there is no perfect plan and that we gotta quit beating ourselves up. We gotta quit searching for the perfect week or the perfect plan. We have to quit looking at things so negatively and start looking at what did we do for ourselves? What good did we do? And this is where, if you're not doing coaching calls with someone, or you're not chatting about it with a friend or whatever, writing things down is good, because if we didn't have that call, or if she wasn't writing things down, we couldn't look back on that week to figure out the good things. It would get jumbled and lost in all that negative stuff that our conversation started with, right? We've got to keep track of things so that we can look back and pull out all the positives. And those positives is what's going to keep us progressing forward. Okay? I had to share that with you this morning. It was such a great talk. I had somewhat of a similar conversation with my client after her as well. So we're all doing good things no matter how big or small. Keep that in mind, okay? And keep progressing forward. It doesn't matter how big or small those steps are. We'll talk to you soon.